First honoree I want to celebrate is Jeanne C Bridge. Jeanne, where are you? Jeanne is celebrating 15 years. She's the Director of Teaching, Learning, and Achievement. This summer she had the happy task of sharing with us the pass rates that were all above 90%. Congratulations, Jeanne, and nice job.
Good morning, I'm Rebecca Sharp. I'm the Director of Special Education and Student Services here in Falls Church. And this morning, it is my pleasure to recognize Robin Borum, one of our school social workers. Robin has served our division for 15 years, getting to know our students and families and providing social work support. Robin embodies our community of care here in Falls Church, and we are grateful for her work here.
Hi everyone, I'm Valerie Hardy, the principal at Mary Ellen Henderson Middle School, and I have one employee to recognize today, and that is Catherine Smolarek. Affectionately known as Smo by her colleagues, Catherine is a student-focused educator whose passion for science and learning is transferred to each and every one of her students. Today, we celebrate her for 25 years of leading, learning, and living all that we value in FCCPS. Congratulations, Catherine.
Good morning. I'm Sophie Padilla. I'm the Director of Facilities and Security, and I have the pleasure of recognizing 3 of our amazing custodial team members, all of whom called George Mason home during the school year, but they've all worked in each of your buildings throughout the summer. So our first custodian is Norma Contreras, and she has been here for 15 years. Norma works in our evening crew, and you may see her in your areas at night, and she's always has our rooms clean and ready for the kids each and every school day. The next custodian I'm recognizing is Araceli Paez. She's been here with us for 20 years, and Araceli works on our day shift, and she helps support our staff and students whenever and wherever she can, and she's a hard worker and truly one of the nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Our last custodian really needs no introduction if you're at George Mason. I'm pleased to welcome Alejandrina Sanchez Martinez. If you ever need a smile or just someone to brighten your day, she's always someone you can count on. She's been with us for 20 years.
Sorry we had to cut my theme music tonight. So, I'm Richard Kane, I'm the Food Service Director.
Hi, I'm Nancy Hendrickson, the Transportation Director.
And we have shared employees. All right, first on the list that we're recognizing is Ing Chung. Come up here. Now, what you may or may not realize about support group, we have a lot of humble people, and we like to celebrate as a group and as a community, people out there like Michael Jordan who plays when he's sick, and we celebrate LeBron Jones when he's sick, and they get all this applause. You know, Ing, a few years ago, and she gave me permission to tell this story, by the way, had cancer, uterus cancer, and she came to work every single day smiling for our little kids, and she gets like 300 little smiles a day. She was at MEH, and she's now at Mary Ellen Henderson. So if we can clap for Michael Jordan, I'm sure we can give Ing a big old hand for surviving. Next on the list I have the pleasure of introducing is Yuling Zhang. Come on up, Yuling. The better story for Yuling is nothing as dramatic as that. Yuling just celebrated a birthday, so if everybody can just say happy birthday on the count of 2, that is great. That's her. She's very quiet and very shy, and I just wanted to embarrass her for just a minute. All right? And then the last thing, thank you, Yuling. Oh, give me some love. Now, thank you for all the love that you've shown. We got one more thing, and I know it's not on script. We got a public service announcement. Nancy and I, in support, transportation and food service, are in dire need of employees. So if any of you out there need more hours, come see us. All right, thank you.
Hello, I get the privilege to acknowledge Lori Otte of 15 years with us. She's been a school bus driver. Woo! Lori's been with us for 15 years as a school bus driver, and all the kids on her bus, we call her Giggly Lori because she brings so much joy and positive energy into our lives every day. So we're very happy to have Lori join us and hope we have much more years on the red line with Lori Otte.
All right, good morning, everyone. All right, so at Mason, we have about 8 educators to go ahead and recognize. So I was limited to only about 1 sentence for each of you, so I'll do the Richard Kane version a little bit later in my office. Does that work out? Okay? So I'm going to call all 8 of you. Wait until I call, and then you guys can come up. As I said, I'm Matt Hills, principal at George Mason. Settle in a little bit. We have, not 8, but 10. On the first 15 years of service category, we have Miss Susan Cassidy, special education teacher and IEP extraordinaire. Thank you, Susan. We have Mr. Dr. Al DeFazio, an English teacher known for his love of great literature. We have Mr. Brian Harris, the pioneer of our dual enrollment science program and assistant athletic director. Thank you, Brian. We have Miss Jen Jason, a math teacher who can explain every single unreal number and has been working with our 3D printers this summer. Also for 15 years, we have Mr. Steve Knight, our very own tech guru. Yeah, Steve. Next up, we have Miss Liz McCarthy, our special ed transitions coordinator who cannot be with us today. We have Dr. Peter Mecca, an environmental science teacher who's been bringing trout and tilapia into our building for more than a decade. Thank you, Peter. Next up in our 20 years category, we have our very own athletic director at George Mason High School, Miss Julie Braven. And next up we have Mr. Ronnie Henderson, part of our security team. Thank you, Ronnie. And last but not least, we have Miss Maggie Webster, our English teacher and the best bike commuter on our team.
The extended daycare program has 2 honorees this morning. A nice group from our team came to recognize them today. Say hi. Josh Kingsley is celebrating 15 years. He is the center supervisor at Mary Ellen Henderson After School Activities Program. And he runs he runs this program that makes the middle schoolers feel like they really are part of something very special. So thank you, Josh. Annette Folks has been with FCCPS for 20 years. This year, she will be based at Mount Daniel, and in her tenure with the program, she has worked at all 3 of our schools that have our programs. So she's served thousands of children every morning, every evening, and all summer long. Thank you, Annette.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tim Kasich, and I'm the very proud principal at Mount Daniel Elementary School. And as part of a caring culture, it gives me great pleasure to recognize and celebrate these 4 Mount Daniel employees this morning. First, I'd like to recognize our art teacher, Jan Garrett, who's been with FCCPS for 15 years. Jan finally has an art classroom that is as amazing as she is, and she's always working very hard to make sure that our hallways are decorated with beautiful pieces of student-created artwork. Also celebrating 15 years with FCCPS, Shay Wakely, kindergarten paraprofessional. Shay Wakely and Nan Hoff make a legendary team, and together they've been serving children in FCCPS for years, and she's a continual advocate for students and staff alike. Kevin O'Dowd is Mount Daniel's longest-serving employee with 25 years in FCCPS. While Kevin spends a lot of his time on the playground, he also works with some of our neediest students, making sure that he provides a warm, caring personality that our children can learn from each and every day. Mount Daniel is also recognizing Deirdre Haft, who is brand new to our team. She has served 15 years at TJ and 1 day at Mount Daniel. So Paul Swanson will step in to do the honors.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Tim. Deirdre Haft has been a special ed paraprofessional at TJ for 15 years. She has an incredibly patient way with kids and is deeply loved by both kids and staff members. So we are really, really angry at her for leaving. I mean, we wish her all the best. Deirdre, congratulations. We have several other TJ honorees. Lisa Muller is in her 15th year of teaching 5th grade. She brings enthusiasm every single day and is the master of 5th grade exhibition. Thank you, Lisa. Shelley Scomra is also in her 15th year. She is part of the 4th grade team and is masterful with PYP and children. Beth Stoffel is a paraprofessional in her 15th year. Beth works with some of the needier children in our district. And if there is ever a September or maybe October day in which Beth is sick, it means she's on the golf course. Leap, L, Esau, teacher Holly Shaffey has been at TJ for 20 years. Which means that she has lived through 20 years of acronyms for non-English speakers, but no matter what the acronym, Holly is always there for students and is genuinely part of the caring community that we've been talking so much about. Norma Sordo was honored as the support staff